School Simulator can be counted on your fingers, and most of them with two-dimensional pixel picture. The ambitious Talking Let's School from the author of My Time at Serious had a change to lead this unpopular trend. With the appearance of localization of the end of the year, the game became more accessible to community. In horror of this, we'll try it on the Headmaster uniform and build our own school, which we tell about in the review. The classic idea with a neglected place and the former owner, who has the same reason retired, applies to the school. The past principal informs that you're tired of work and has gone traveling, and asks you to take his place. But before we do that, you need to choose a mode and customize your character appearance. Let's School has two models, Curious and Sandbox, and two maps, Sakura Valley and Penny Springs. By the image in the menu with the Godzilla, the names of this map, and yen is the main currency, we can assume that we'll be building a school and somewhere in Japan, with its corresponding architecture and peculiarities of the education process. There's nothing to choose from the maps yet, they differ only in scenery. The career mode has no plot and is not divided into chapters. It's the same sandbox, only with certain goals. It seems that there is not much content in the game, but that's before we start managing the school. The menu of customization of the director appears is reminiscent of RPG. Our character can be tall or short, fat or thin, dark-skinned or European, wear a strict suit or a literate shirt and jeans. You can even customize the student's uniform and the school emblem. The gameplay is not affected. Because of the low polygon graphic, character will some parameters turns to maximum look strange and even scary. I wouldn't want to see such a headmaster in my school. After a short introduction in which we introduce the assistants, Let's School quickly plunk into the gameplay. In 10 minutes we have time to patch up the holes left by the previous headmaster, admit the first students, build a classroom, outline the curriculums, and listen to the first complaints about the lack of comfort. The amount of information that is built on the players quickly get lost, but it's not long before you realize how simple yet profound Let's School is. Like any tycoon game, the game has a building mechanic. A small school must be gradually built up, expanding the walls, improving the area outside, and cleaning up the garbage left behind by the previous owner. Let's School does not limit your imagination, and allow you to organize the space inside as you wish. The size and location of the rooms are not limited and not have to be proportional. The types of rooms are numerous. There are classrooms, research, tea rooms, toilets, food tents, and other. The game will tell you what mandatory items should be inside. For example, for a classroom you need to buy a blackboard, a teacher's desk, and at least a few desks. A little later it will turn out that you leave the room without windows and light. The students will get lost inside, and the lack of decorative items such as pots with flowers will affect productivity. The level of details and variety is pleasing and allow you to spend an hour building. The second part of the gameplay is the learning process. Globally speaking, we as supervisors have to monitor the progress of students, which is evaluated by an exam every 5 days. Successful students bring rating and money, failing students pull the school down. If you delve into the learning process, you can get lost in the details. The developer tried to reproduce the study as we know it. Both students and teacher have mood and fatigue indicators. They have some characters traits, for example, some of them take lunch from home, which saves money on the canteen. Teachers have characteristics like RPG. They can be pumped, and the character will increase the ability to learn and competence. At the beginning there are only 4 disciplines in the school: humanities, science, art, and physical education. The farther we advance in the study of the tree of technology, the more subjects will appear: algebra, geometry, vocal, medicine, and other. It will seem simple: make a curriculum and make sure students follow the plan. But the bigger the school becomes, the more demands appear on the part of students. Some will not like the food in the canteen, others will want to decoration in the classroom, others will complain about the temperature in the room. There will also be discipline violators who sneak prohibited items in the schools, sleep during lessons, and play video games hidden in the hallway. they can be punished. For example, those who like to sleep can stand in corner and hold a bucket of water. It's funny. The goal in Let's Cool Curious mode among global than punishing offenders. At the beginning, we choose what we want to achieve: to graduate stroke students, to achieve international status, or to create the most beautiful school. The goal will be broken down into objectives, and we will gradually work our way towards them. Once we have made some progress, other regions will become available to us. We can visit them and see their schools we are competing with, and even invite their students to study with us. Regions can complete, both in knowledge and in sport achievements. A few words about localization is here, but the text looks a little bourgeois, as it was obtained with the help of the translator or neural network. Fonts are turned out unnatural and sometimes go beyond the main areas. Not to say that it cuts the eyes, but you can see that the translation is imperfect. Even one of the two present maps is enough to spend dozens of hours in Let's Cool and not get bored. The game is full of content and details that make you believe in the learning process, and even remember moments from the past. At the same time, the game is undemanding to the iron, and does not hang when hears a lot of students. Low polygonal 3-dimensional graphics seems pleasant, if you don't look at it closely. And the fact that we become the hit of Japanese school, with its own peculiarities, adds additional interest to the already exciting gameplay. Highly recommend to try by yourself. Thank you.